How do we define installation noise requirements? I got this question today from a consultant that I'm working together with in a big building project now. And basically, you could say that there's 3 types of installation noise that we need to have some requirements on. We've got equivalent noise, intermittent noise, and then you got also noise that is more determined by tonality or impulse character. So let's go through them one by one. Equivalent noise, that would be the first thing that comes to mind for me is like ventilation. If you have something that is continuous over time and it's always there, like a fan that's turning around. For instance, here I got my heat pump on the wall. That's most of the time it's kind of constant. And radiators could be another one that is there in the background doing its thing. Yeah, and then you have intermittent noise. And that could be, for instance, if someone's flushing the toilet, you get some intermittent sounds that's not there all the time, but it comes and goes, like, you know, how it sounds when you're flushing it in a toilet, for instance. You get something that is there for a while and then it goes away. And those two, you could have some tolerance, so you allow for a slightly higher sound pressure level for an intermittent noise than you have for an equivalent noise. And that kind of makes sense, because if the sound is there constantly, you might need to set the bar a bit lower. I mean, lower sound is good. And then if you have sounds that comes and goes every once in a while, it's okay that if they are a bit higher. But as long as it's just intermittent, that's keyword here. And then we have the third and final one here, which I called tonality or impulse. And if we take a tonal sound, that would be something that has a pitch to it. And the first thing that comes to mind would be like a ventilation system where the flow speed, the flow velocity, gives rise to like a whistling tone. I think you might imagine, if you come across this, if you have a very high airflow through the ventilation, it might even start to produce something like that. And the way to get rid of those are usually to lower the flow speed, and then you won't get that kind of whistling sound. And those types of sounds that have a very strong tonal aspect, they are typically perceived as more annoying, because it's like if you have a strong laser beam with a red dot, you can clearly see it because the contrast towards the other surroundings is so huge. And that would be the same thing acoustically if you have a very tonal sound, where you have basically frequency components, and then bam, you got one frequency that comes out really strongly in relation to all the others. That would be a tonal sound. And then you have the other aspect, which could be like an impulse sound, and then the first one would be like a bang, like this, something that's very short in time and just slams and it goes away. Could perhaps be if there's a start-stop noise from an elevator that could give rise to some kind of bang, like something like that, which could be perceived as very annoying. So those are the 3 types, and you typically find different sound requirements for each type. And that's enough for today. And in today's video, I'm just got home, so I'm still wearing my outdoor wear. And if you got a coat like this one, you might have a little chest pocket here, which is an excellent place to put a little pocket square if you got some extra to spare. And what I usually do with these is that I pick up the collars here that I use in the rest of my outfit. So if you look closely now, when I get to my destination and I remove this coat, I have a green jacket beneath it. So we got green here, and I pick up the green here also. So I give a hint of what's beneath. And then I also have today blue pants. So there's green and blue in this. So the colors, and you got here. The hat is the same. Mössa. I don't know what you call these ones in English though. Can't find it right now. Anyways, that's it for today. See you later. Cheers.